Hello again, Honky Tonks, and that's right, another day, another Keir Starmer rumour. And my intention in this video isn't to spread the rumour, but to just point it out. So hopefully that covers me. Anyway, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into another steaming pile of absurdity that only the modern world could cook up. You ready for this? A Ukrainian national, yes, you heard that right, has been charged with arson attacks on properties linked to none other than our illustrious Prime Minister Keir Starmer. 3 fires to be precise, a car, a flat, and Starmer's, I think it was family home in North London. All were torched between the 8th of May and the 12th of May. And the suspect, a 21-year-old chap named Roman Lavrinovich, who, according to the BBC, works as a builder and roofer. Well, isn't that just a cherry on top of the multicultural cake? Because let's get this straight. I'm not here to point fingers at every Ukrainian and scream, fire starter. Nah, that's not how this works. But when you've got a bloke allegedly setting fire to the Prime Minister's property, his family home, no less, where his sister-in-law lives on a monopoly money rent, and monopoly money is worthless, by the way, in case you didn't get that, you've got to ask some questions like, for starters, how does a 21-year-old builder from Sydenham get into his head to play amateur pyromaniac with the Prime Minister's real estate? And more to the point, why is this story being treated like it's just another Tuesday in London? Now, this guy is allegedly a male model, and he has limited skills in English. But how the hell could he locate 3 properties and a car currently owned by Keir Starmer and allegedly firebomb them? And why? Why did this happen? Why did he target him? I'm not saying there's a connection here between him and the Prime Minister, but still. So anyway, the Met Police, in their infinite wisdom, have handed this case to the Counter-Terrorism Command. Why? Well, because it's linked to a high-profile figure, Keir Starmer. Translation, they don't want to touch this with a 10-foot barge pole. And who can blame them? The optics are dreadful. Here we are pouring billions into the Ukraine's war effort, inverted commas, waving blue and yellow flags like it's the Olympics, and now one of their nationals is allegedly firebombing the Prime Minister's house. Talk about gratitude. I bet Keir's rethinking that trip to Kiev with Zelensky last week. Cheers for the solidarity, mate. Here's a Molotov cocktail for your porch. Now, here's where it gets spicy. The prosecutor says the motive is, and wait for it, unexplained. Unexplained, are you having a laugh? This isn't a UFO sighting or crop circles. Someone bought fuel, planned these attacks, and targeted properties specifically tied to Starmer. A car he used to own, a flat he lived in during the 90s, and his current abode. Does that sound random to you? Sound like someone's been doing their homework, and yet the best our crack team of investigators can come up with is a shrug and a dunno gov. Now, I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but I'd wager there's a bit more to this than a lad with a grudge and a box of matches. The Telegraph hinted at investigators sniffing around for hostile state involvement. Really? You don't say, because it's not like there's a certain bear-shaped country with a history of stirring the pot, is there? Just the other day, 3 Ukrainians were nabbed in Germany for allegedly plotting parcel bomb attacks on behalf of Russia. Coincidence? Maybe, but when you've got fires breaking out at the Prime Minister's house right after he's been cozying up to Zelensky, you don't need a tinfoil hat to start connecting the dots. And let's talk about the timing. Starmer's out there banging the drum for Ukraine, promising more support, more of our money, while back home his properties are going up in flames. Meanwhile, the papers are full of stories about Russian agents setting fires across Europe. Warehouses, shopping centres, you name it. Poland's blaming Moscow for torching them all. Germany's on high alert for mystery blazes. And here we are with a Ukrainian national allegedly playing Fireman Sam with Keir Starmer's front door. If this isn't a geopolitical middle finger, I don't know what is. Now, this is what grinds my gears about this whole thing, the establishment's response, or lack thereof. Starmer calls it an attack on democracy. Jesus Christ. This isn't about democracy. This is about someone trying to burn your house down. And where's the outrage? Where's the Home Secretary demanding answers? Yvette Cooper's been briefed, apparently, but can't comment because it's a live investigation. That's brilliant. That's the kind of leadership that inspires confidence, isn't it? Meanwhile, the Tory leader, Kemi Badenoch, is treating her condolences like it's a funeral, condemning the attack as shocking and unacceptable. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. What's next? A candlelit vigil? And the media, they're tiptoeing around this like it's a landmine. The Guardian's calling it suspected arson. Suspected, the bloke's been charged with 3 counts of arson with intent to endanger life. The BBC's busy telling us he's a roofer, as if that's the headline. And don't get me started on X, where anything goes. But look, I get the anger, but let's not pretend this is just about one bad apple. There's a bigger picture here, and it's uglier than a bulldog's arse. You see, this is what happens when you play chess with geopolitics but forget to lock your own back door. We've opened our arms to thousands of Ukrainians, but if we're not vetting who's coming in or keeping an eye on who might be pulling their strings, we're asking for trouble. And when the Prime Minister's house is targeted, it's not just a crime, it's a message. Someone saying, we can reach you anywhere, anytime, whether that's Russia, a rogue faction, or just a nutter with a vendetta, or maybe an allegedly rumoured male model who's also on the gay dating app Grindr. Don't ask. But whoever it is, we need to wake up and smell the smoke. So what's the solution? Well, for starters, how about we stop treating this like a PR problem and start treating it like a national security issue? Get some answers. Why these properties? Why now? Why Keir Starmer? And if there's even a whiff of foreign interference, let's not bury it under a pile of diplomatic niceties. Starmer's lucky no one was hurt this time. Next time, it might not just be a scorched porch. So there we go, there's loads of rumours swirling around regarding this. I've touched on it lightly there. Keir Starmer does apparently have an injunction on newspapers and the media from talking about his private life, so you've got to be careful. But I believe this is a bigger story than the mainstream media are letting on. So there we go. That's my video. I hope you like. Until the next time, I suppose we'll just keep waving our flags, writing our checks, and hoping the next fire isn't under our own feet. So stay sharp, folks. Someone's got to. I'm Paz49, and I'll catch you at the next one. Roger Trout.